Yeah.
What is Gucci, Hoochies? I want to thank you guys for tuning into this episode of Strategic Rants. And today, I'm excited because we got somebody that I met during a comedy contest that I was doing. And in my opinion, he really should have won the contest. He's like the pride of the San Gabriel Valley, but besides Lefty. One of the most creative talents that I've had the pleasure of sharing the stage with. Today we got Carlos Aguilar. What's up, bro?
Thanks for the invite.
Yes, sir. I'd like to start off my show with kind of a depressing question.
Okay.
Because after the depressing question, it just goes, it just gets better after the depressing question. You know what I mean? It can only get better. So how do you feel about cremation versus being buried?
It's neither, don't burn me. Don't put me in the dirt. Like, just drop me out of a plane into the ocean, bro. I guess if I have my preference, I'm sure they're going to want to charge me. What are they going to charge for a helicopter ride out there to Catalina?
Yeah, for sure. They'll find a way.
You know what they're probably doing? They're probably taking tourists to Catalina by helicopter. Low-key, they're not telling them. They're selling cargo space and dropping dead bodies on the way. Sign me up, bro. I got 1,000 on it.
Catalina Island conspiracy. You heard it first, right?
Hey.
Here on Strategic Rants, bro. No, okay, I fuck with it.
Yeah, don't burn me, bro.
On IG, you go by Big Brown Dad.
That's right.
Something like that. Okay, Big Brown Dad, right?
And on stage.
Where did that originate from? Did that originate from the bookworm?
Yes and no. So, like, I did rap for a while under the name Bookworm Brown. And then when I had a kid, my daughter, who just recently turned 16, I want to say when she was maybe 4 or 5, I decided to write a parenting blog. And I was like, man, what would be a dope name for a parenting blog? I had just visited a restaurant called Big Bad Breakfast, maybe several months earlier. And that name just stood out in my mind. So when it was time to launch my blog, where I wrote about parenting in the San Gabriel Valley, I was like, what would be a dope name? Big Brown Dad. Because I was a rapper, I was used to having a persona.
Okay.
Like I grew up in an era. I'm trying to think now. There's maybe 1 or 2 rappers in the late '80s, early '90s that went by their government name.
Okay.
I'm thinking of Eric Sermon, for example, from EPMD. But more or less everybody else had a nickname.
Okay.
So I had a rap name, So for me, I didn't want to give that. And having a rap name was always better than just having one name. Having a rap name almost was like having an alter ego. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not everybody had one. Back then, you had to be a tagger, a gangster, or a fucking rapper to have, or a b-boy to have a nickname.
Breakdance.
A nickname that people called you.
Right.
That was an honor.
Yeah.
So I got 2 names, bro. Like, I don't know. I had to do some shit to get this name. Anyways. So I love that about being an MC. And then I was like, I'm going to be a blogger. And then this is kind of pre-influencer. I want to say what is this? Probably 2010, 11. It's early influencer era. So I kind of was like thinking, if they're paying dads to go to Magic Mountain, fucking pay me, bro. Like,
yeah.
So anyways, I had a website, which just only recently took down 3 months ago. But it was up for almost 10 years. And I wrote a bunch of funny articles about being a dad and having a daughter and a son and a wife and a dog and fucking shit like that. It was pretty fun.
Big Bad Breakfast.
In Mississippi, Oxford, Mississippi.
That must have been some fire steak and eggs, dog.
Grits and fucking all the things. It was a treat.
Damn, fucking 5 minutes into this fat guy's episode, I already started talking about food.
Big Brown Dad was born. So when I started my comedy a little over a year ago, there was a question of like, should I have a stage name? Should I just go by Carlos Aguilar? The downside is it's a very common name, Carlos Aguilar. A lot of motherfuckers out there named Carlos Aguilar.
Right.
There's even a film critic out there named Carlos Aguilar, who I've been confused for, who people have sent me LinkedIn messages saying, loved your article on Peros de fucking Chocolate, whatever the fuck.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, no, wrong dude, go find him.
Yeah, but you're like, check out my art, real art. Check out my content though. You'll like it better than his.
I'm happy being my Carlos Aguilar. But that said,
most definitely,
I did want to. I was like, I already have Big Brown Dad. I've been doing that.
But so where did Bookworm Brown, right?
Bookworm Brown came before that.
The music
was a rap name. Yeah.
Okay, the music stage name.
And so
go fuck with it on iTunes. Heaven and Earth. If I can just say, that day that we met on that comedy contest, I felt like you should have won that contest, and I'm not just saying that because you were the only one who was chilling with me in the green room. Like, yeah. You brought the heat. Some of your punchlines, you might have stuttered, so it kind of like took the punch. It took the punch from it. But in regards to like joke structure, laughs per minute, like I felt like you should have won. You know what I mean? And there was a lot of dope comedians also, Yeah. Do you think that Latinos, when we do Raider jokes on stage, it's like, do you think that gets aged? Like because like so many Latinos have used that like Raiders premise?
I guess it depends. No, I don't. I guess it depends on the joke itself.
Right. Okay.
I have a Raiders joke. I asked my wife, "Yo, who's on tonight? Atlanta, New York, fucking Dallas?" She's like, "What are you talking about? Season hasn't even started yet." I'm like, "What season?" I'm talking about the Real Housewives.
That's more of a reality show joke.
That is. Here's my Raiders joke. I'm like, these man, I just got in an argument with these fools at the barbershop. Any Raider fans in here? Yeah. Man, these fools got all mad because the Raiders, I don't know if you heard this, the Raiders are so they're gonna have male cheerleaders. Male cheerleaders, bro. All these guys are so mad. They're like, fuck that. That shit's weak, bro. That shit's woke. That shit's gay. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? You paint your face with silver and black makeup. You have silver and black top, silver and black shoes.
If a joke kills, it just kills.
It. Yeah, that's true.
What if there's 3 Latinos on the lineup and they all say a Raider joke? On the comedian side or on the audience side? Yeah.
If they laugh, the joke's a hit.
Yeah, right.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I think
you can't you wouldn't criticize a comic because if they got a laugh.
Right, because what if the Raiders jokes got better?
So I see comics get laughs for whack jokes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, boo.
Yeah, okay.
You're saying, how could it be whack? They're laughing. Right?
Yeah.
And what I'm saying, and the other view is, that joke was whack, and they're laughing. So I'm saying, like, those are 2 different views.
You're talking about on the critique side.
On the audience side, when people ask me who's good, fuck what I think. When people are laughing, that guy's good. Right?
Believe it or not, I was almost a Raiders fan. But those fools just never jumped me in, fool. So, which sport is the best sport to watch live?
I'm going to go... This is going to probably sound a little weird, because this is a sport I enjoy the least. But a baseball game, because it's so slow, you could be on your phone, you could go get a fucking hot dog, go take a piss, go get a beer, come back, and like, you didn't miss shit, bro. Well, what's your answer to that? What's your...
The reason why I even asked the question is because I would have to say baseball now too, because I was thinking the other day, the guy who caught the 50th home run ball for Ohtani, like, where are you going to get that?
That's right. It's like,
in what sport are you going to get that, bro?
Yeah, they're a chance to play the lottery and watch a game.
When do you get the opportunity to get your money back?
Yeah, you're not getting Michael Jordan's 3-pointer bouncing up to you in the fucking rafters.
Never.
Bro.
Patrick Mahomes, if he throws that ball there, they're not going to let you keep it.
Are you kidding me? They put a net between the fucking goalposts.
You're not going to get Canelo's gloves.
No, I like that. The baseball is a little bit of, you're playing lottery. It's fun. It's affordable.
When that dude caught that that 50th home run ball by Ohtani, that's now worth like tens of millions of dollars.
That's great.
It's like, what other sport would he have got an opportunity to get that at? Did you attend the Emmy Awards in 2017?
Yeah. I was a writer and producer on the daytime Emmys for a few years. For several years, they were in Las Vegas.
Okay.
So how about that? If you've ever wondered when someone gets called up after they've won their award, Susan Lucci, for example, when she finally won her award, but also just more generally, I worked on projects I didn't pick. It was just like, this is the job our company is working on. Go and work on it. So that's for starters. Okay. So the fact that I know shit about soap operas isn't because I give a fuck about soap operas, but because
that's
the daytime Emmys, soap opera top to bottom. The winners would walk to the stage. You would hear an MC come on and say, Susan Lucci has been nominated for 13 Emmys. Her second nomination for all my children. Anyway, I wrote that shit. When it was in Vegas, it was cool because we'd have run of the hotel. We'd eat backstage with the employees. I'd interact at the after party with all the celebrities. I kind of, as a producer and writer at my small company that I'd been with for several years, I would just have a great time. Every year we produced the Emmys for several years.
You were involved in a project with Disney?
A production company reached out to my family because my daughter had started a family service project collecting socks and blankets. My daughter, when she was 5,
Yo, that's what's up, bro.
started an organization called the Cozy Collection that collects socks and blankets for the homeless. So from the time she was 5 to the time she was 9 or 10, she collected these socks and blankets every holiday season. Got bigger and bigger. The newspaper wrote about her. The news came to cover her. She got the key to the city. She was a county fair hero.
Wow.
I think we gathered 43,000 pairs of socks.
No.
Yeah, bro. It was big. Get bigger every year. So Disney, this company reached out and said, hey, during Hispanic Heritage Month, we want to feature the work your daughter is doing as a commercial on the Disney Channel. But we want to do it as a surprise. We want to get Jenna Ortega to come to your house.
There you go.
And knock on your door and surprise your daughter Maya. And Maya's going to tell her, and Jenna Ortega is going to be, I heard about all the great things you're doing. Tell me more about it. And then her and Maya will go to the homeless shelter and I'll pass out socks. Of course, this was before Addams Family, though. She had her show on Disney Channel. She'd been doing different shit. So my daughter, Alfred, she didn't really know who Jenna Ortega was. But since we knew this was happening, we had her start watching the show that Jenna Ortega was in.
Okay.
So that she was familiar. So that, and it's on camera. It's part of the video. We're like, Maya, someone's here for you. And then Maya's like, who? Oh my God, it's Jenna Ortega.
So you guys just basically put her on.
Exactly.
And she was like, wait, whoa, that's from the show. Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
That's cool. They featured not just your daughter, but they featured you guys as well.
That's right.
That's pretty dope. So how many rounds was the point boxing sparring circuit?
That was 2 rounds. Declared a no contest at the end.
Okay.
What had happened was you can see the first round on my page. You'll see me outstrike my opponent 50-5 in the first round. Although one of his punches knocked me down, the other 4 didn't have an effect. The second round, which I didn't include, was because in the first 10 seconds of that second round, I tripped over myself essentially, and the referee called the match a no contest. So I didn't lose. Don't fucking think I lost.
Some people would just post their ups, their highlights. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, like you were humble enough to be like, look, man, like this is part of it. Like this is, you know what I mean? You got to get back up sometimes.
Not only that, when I post sparring footage, I'm always careful to never only show me. Like, I won't just take a clip of me hitting somebody. I'm always going to show that. I'm only going to post a clip if there's an equal exchange in there somewhere. Okay. Because I don't want to show. That's disrespectful to my sparring partner.
What influenced you to do it?
So I was like, oh, a lot of these guys like to fight. I better learn to fight. So I started during the pandemic, almost coming up on 4 years now.
So, but why did you decide boxing instead of MMA?
I don't like MMA. I don't like wrestling on the ground and doing all that extra shit.
Okay.
I like the poetry and the practicality of.
Sometimes you gotta kick a motherfucker though.
You do, I know. Not 9 out of 10, but 8 out of 10. Dads, I'm knocking out at the PTA meeting. So I'm gonna be okay.
Did you go to Beijing in the year 2000?
I did go to Beijing.
In Beijing, China?
I did go to Beijing, China. Yeah.
Okay. Did you also go to Tiananmen Square?
Yep.
Okay. For those people who probably don't know too much about it, can you kind of explain to them what that is?
Beijing was called Peking for a long time. Peking, if you ever hear Peking duck.
Yeah, Peking, yeah.
That's actually Beijing is Peking. But Beijing is probably the loudest city in the world, volume-wise. Loud because they communicate by horn in that city, and there's so many motherfuckers in that city.
So many cars.
Except one place in that city that you can't honk a horn. It's in that forbidden fucking Palace area or whatever. And that's where Tiananmen Square was. Tiananmen Square was the site of student protests in the 80s. And there's a famous image captured of a student standing in front of a Chinese government tank that was going to run over the protester.
Okay.
So it's a real popular image in Tiananmen Square, which is where that protest happened. And when I was there, it was people were flying kites and shit like that. But it's a place, if you visit the city, that's one of the places you're going to go and check out.
The student was basically trying to like stand up for what they felt was right.
Some human rights, yeah.
If people tap into your Substack platform, can they find your articles of the Tribune on there? Okay, cool. You wrote an article on the Tribune of when Senator Alex Padilla was removed from Kristi Noem's office.
Right.
He was trying to stand up for what he felt, was right. What was kind of the messaging of that article that you wrote on the Tribune?
My article looked at status and humility and humiliation.
Okay.
Like, because you get a lot of people who, one, cling to status, and we all do it. I do it. Most of us do it. A lot of people were offended when Alex Padilla was treated as if he had no status. They're like, "Oh, that ain't right."
Disrupting the conference.
He's disrupting the conference, and they treat him like he wasn't a U.S. senator. A lot of people were upset, and rightfully so, because we live in a society where status is supposed to work.
Right.
It didn't work for this guy. I was like, oh, that's interesting. That happened to me before too. And I learned something I didn't want to learn, but I'm glad I did learn. Everybody wants to be humble, but the only way you become humble is by going through its related word. The word humble comes from the word humiliate. And you don't get to be humble without first becoming humiliated. Sometimes we get taught this hard lesson that we're better off learning early so that we can then say, okay, who really is deserving of being treated with respect?
Yeah.
Only people with status? Or all of us, you know what I'm saying?
I think some people would call it like a reality check.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I like the article that you wrote because it was kind of like, look, man, in order for Kristi Noem to get treated like that someday too, equally, we got to treat you like that, Senator.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got to nobody can disrupt these conferences.
Right.
Although I don't think they would do that to Kristi Noem.
No.
But I don't think they would treat her equally. But again, I like the fact that you said, in order for everybody to be equal, you got to set the example. Again, whether it was excessive or not, what happened, that's anybody's opinion, personally. But I thought that was a dope-ass article. Substack, you said?
Yep.
Substack, you can catch all those articles. Bro, what influenced you to do stand-up comedy?
I wanted to get paid for talking shit. I do like to roast, but I haven't done a lot of crowd work yet. But I'm happy to.
Well, you could write roast jokes without, you could just write roast jokes, right?
Oh, yeah, I like it. I love it.
Yeah. You could just.
I want to be a paid roaster.
You just wanted to try to find a way to get paid for your skill of being able to clown people.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Or the situation or observation and
work the room and all that.
Kick some facts.
Do you remember the first time you did stand-up comedy?
Yeah, I started only recently, and I started at the Chatterbox in Covina, my first time.
Wow.
I'm still working many of those same jokes that I did that first time.
Okay.
Just doing, refining them, performing them better, editing them. Started off with some decent material, to be honest. I didn't have to throw away a lot of my first shit. I haven't been as busy as I should be, but I'm getting busier.
How did it go? Did you get the reaction you thought you were going to get? Did you bomb?
Not a bomb. I had good material. I didn't kill. I didn't crush. You know what it is? It's called jokesterbation.
Okay.
You go up there and you jokesterbate.
Okay.
What does that mean? That means you go up there.
You splooge on the crowd.
You just go and you just want to get your jokes off.
Yeah.
All I know is I have these jokes and I want to say them.
Just rapid fire.
I'm just fucking rapid
Like,
fire.
I'm not even gonna stop.
slow.
I'm not even gonna stop for your laughs. I'm just gonna go up there.
I'm just gonna go. I have one objective: to say my joke. Everything I'm doing now on stage is working against the impulse, just to get my jokes off. Because I'm so obsessed with my joke, how to say it. There you go. I'm thinking about it too much. Got to stay away from joke masturbation.
Any comedy influences?
I don't like comics. I like people.
Right.
That's it. So if I like when I go to shows, I'm like, if you're funny but you come off as a dickhead off stage, you're whack.
Yeah, right.
If you're not funny but you're chill, then you're great. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Like for me, then everybody's funny.
Are you a good person? Right.
Yeah,
kind of like
everybody. It's almost with boxing too. For me, I have the utmost respect for anybody who gets in there and is ready to squab. You're fine by my book as long as you're not a dickhead. You know what I'm saying? So, right. For me, I've decided everybody's funny, but some people are also dickheads and fuck them. You know? We
spoke about a few of our jokes off camera. Mm-hmm. If you want to buy a few off of me, you let me know.
Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah. Shit, selling the joke would be great.
My man.
Hey,
thank you for coming through.
For sure,
I'm gonna get you to sign that book.
Oh yeah. I already got started on it.
All right, guys. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I want to thank Carlos for pulling up. Again, you guys can follow him on Instagram, Big Brown Dad.
That's right. I have a Substack. Those of you who like to take your comedy one keystroke at a time, you can check out Substack and my Substack PB&J Burrito.
Bookworm Brown on iTunes as well.
Spotify too. Shit.
So yeah, Spotify, iTunes, check it out. Make sure you guys tap in. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice.
Hey.
Late.
I like what I've learned, but would hate to stay. I'm bouncing out this 8x8 when I find the cat who's pounding 808.
Yeah.